What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today, do you remember playing those old school side-scrolling shooters back in the day when you were a kid, with the main one, of course, being Metal Slug? Just seeing this gameplay hits me in the chest with nostalgia. But what if that side-scroller shooter was updated to the modern age? Well, that's exactly what happened with the all-new Metal Slug Awakening. Huge thank you to SNK for sponsoring this video, giving me a chance to play early. And guys, I just want to go over the features of this game because this is a really interesting meld of the old and the new. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that instead of just having your one guy that you're doing the side-scrolling with the entire time, well, you actually have these different characters. And these different characters have different abilities. You're going to have, for example, different, grenades, different things you can activate, but also you even have a super, or sorry, I'm used to the Destiny terminology, an ultimate. The main guy here, the classic character, has the bullet time ultimate. You can slow down time and get off some great volleys of fire, but the cool thing is that, as you can see, you can switch between your characters. You can switch between the 3 different characters of your crew at any time. And importantly, these are all individual characters. Like, they don't have a shared HP pool or a shared ability regen pool. So what's going to happen is that you have their ultimates, you have their abilities charging at different rates, and you can devise a bunch of different strategies with this. I love using it where I save all the ultimates for the boss and then spam them all at once, switching between each one when they get their ultimate off. Or you can, obviously, if one gets hurt, switch to another one, game out with that one. You find an HP heal, pick up, you can switch back to your hurt guy, pick it up, heal. Like, it actually does add a really interesting degree of, just gameplay to this old side-scroller genre. And on top of these different abilities for all these different characters, you also have a deployable vehicle. And guys, the starter vehicle is a darn camel with miniguns strapped to the back. I mean, that's just amazing. But you can choose between a bunch of different vehicles. Each one of your vehicles has their own rechargeable abilities as well, leading to even more customization. But on top of that, not only are you able to pick your different crew, your different characters, but each one of those characters can be customized even further, firstly in terms of weaponry. So as you can see right here, you have everything from rocket launchers to flamethrowers to machine guns, and each individual weapon can be further customized, as you can see with this core system, putting on different upgrades that actually have different set bonuses, so you have to put a bit of thought into what you're actually slotting in to these particular zones. And so how you upgrade your core, what weapon you pick, and what character you equip it to is going to impact your gameplay. In fact, one of the best examples here is I was playing with a friend, and you're actually guaranteed the legendary rocket launcher, the Ender, after opening 10 things. So we both were playing together, we got this cracked rocket launcher, and I mean, it made a heck of a difference.
Holy shit, we were cooking this thing.
Now, speaking of co-op play, let's talk about the game modes, because yes, there is cooperative, so you can bring your friends in to help you with certain missions. The faster you do these missions, the more rewards you're going to get. This has got to be like the #1 fastest time in North America server. Like, it's
World record, yeah. It has to be perfect, right?
We
Easy.
might be the best to ever do it. Even
We're farming. Wait, we got the farm down.
On top of that, guys, you also have like a big world exploration story mode. You can see all the different levels here. This gives you the more like classic arcade feeling where you beat a certain level, that unlocks another level, that unlocks another level. Eventually, they lead to boss fights, as you can see right here. And honestly, the bosses have some pretty interesting mechanics you're gonna have to overcome. Now, aside from that, you also have some additional modes like the Arcade Carnival right here. You also have the Maze, but probably my favorite mode to play was actually called Hot Pursuit, because this actually incorporates elements of a roguelike game. So as you can see right here, you beat certain levels, and then you can pick one of 3 different upgrades. That upgrade will stay with you as you continually go through levels. You're going to unlock more of these, particular upgrades. Are you going to delve into one certain aspect? You can see I kept picking the random launch off missiles and like upgrading the missiles to make them more and more deadly. You could go like a turret route. I ended up unlocking a turret like much later in my run, but I kept seeing stuff for summons. I could have like made a whole like summon build almost around this, and so that was actually a really fun game mode that you can play as well. But if even that's not your cup of tea, well, there's PvP as well, and there's two different game modes for PvP. You have Ultimate Arena, which incorporates elements of like an auto battle, so you pick the characters you want in what order, and then your opponent is going to pick the order of their defense. The teams go at it, and one of the players emerges victorious. But you also have classic 1v1 deathmatch. As you can see, I match here against a real person, and of course, your boy came out on top, baby. Not only am I fighting this other player who is switching between their characters and all that stuff, but you're also fighting the different NPC bosses as well, who can kill each other and the main bosses first. Honestly, it's kind of like Gambit in that regard. Not exactly like Gambit, but there is some Gambit elements, I will admit. It actually was pretty fun. Now, of course, at this point, you're probably wondering, well, what am I even doing all of this for? What's the point of all these different game modes? Well, they're giving you different rewards, and the rewards are kind of interesting. So as you're playing, you'll see sometimes I actually get different fragments for guns. So eventually, once I get 100 fragments, I can unlock brand new guns, and this is a way to deterministically get some of the more powerful weapons in the game. Like eventually, you can literally farm, one particular level, for example, or a group of levels or an activity that's dropping the fragments for one gun and eventually get it. On top of that, you're also just getting loot. That's right. As you can see right here, you also have character customization in terms of what you equip them with. The different objects you equip them with are going to have different bonuses, sometimes even set bonuses, and the main things you can equip them with even come with abilities. You can see right here, I put on like a Molotov cocktail grenade for one of my characters, and I get that ability. And this is replacing an old ability I had for like the multi-grenade ability. So you can customize what like one of the additional abilities you have on your character as well, combined with what gear they're wearing to further augment whatever you want their main abilities to be, which is pretty interesting. And so overall, guys, if you miss that old school side-scroller shooter style of gameplay, but then you also get addicted to unlocking different things and customizing your characters, well then absolutely try Metal Slug Awakening. The best part is that it's completely free to play. On top of that, I'm playing on the PC client for the background gameplay, but this is also out on Android and iOS if you want to go with the mobile version. So definitely check it out by clicking the link in the description down below. No downside, so definitely give it a try. And guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way is on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.